Hello, beautiful, gorgeous, precious souls. Oh, it's so wonderful to be here with you today as we are about to go into the weekly energy insight, a bit of foresight for us to have a little look at what's going to happen next week energetically, so we can best prepare ourselves, right? So that we can best navigate those wonderful waters of energy flow, emotion, everything like that, whatever might be coming up in the week ahead. So that's the week commencing the 22nd of March. So spring has sprung, especially if you're on the northern hemisphere. If you're in the southern, then autumn. Happy autumn. So we're going from the 22nd through to the 28th. Now that does include a full moon in Libra also. So that's going to be a wonderful end to that week. And it's so cute because we are in spring. Oh, I've got my little Serenity fairy angel that just wanted to be on the table with us, so I'm going to pop her up here. She can stay there with the crystals. My gorgeous friend, she's called Nikki. She's an incredible artist, and she draws the most magical and paints the most magical fae beings and everything fairy, and feel very welcome to check out her Facebook page and her website. It's called Dizziness Designs, and I just love everything that she does. So her little fairy wanted to join us today, so you know, how can I refuse that, really? So yes, we have spring has sprung, right? So we've got spring. So if you were a part of the spring equinox massive manifesting gateway portal workshop that we did Friday night, oh, I'm sure you slept so well. I've already been receiving messages from everyone telling me how incredible they slept and how abundant and joyful they feel today, and I'm just so excited to see your manifestations come into fruition. We are in this very powerful portal. If you missed the live, there is a recording. The equinox portal is open for another few days, so make the most of that, you guys. You know, it's a donation-based call, so whatever you're able to donate, if be it £1 or $1, or maybe you want to donate a little bit more than that, you know, that's the sacred exchange for access to that call, and it'll be an honor to send that recording over to you and to hear your feedback, because oh boy, it was powerful. If you're not yet in my Facebook group, the Isis Dream Temple, please do feel very welcome to join. The link is in the comments below. It's where magic meets mystery, you guys. It's really high frequency, really high vibe, and it helps you on your path as well, right? And the special offers and stuff and free card readings are in that group, so that's the place to be. But in the meantime, you know, do like, subscribe on this YouTube channel. If you're enjoying this content, please do comment and share as well. It just helps other people find the video. It just pops up on their newsfeed, right on their timeline for YouTube. And yeah, find me on Instagram and Facebook, same handle, right? Ascension to Love with Alice. We have daily guidance that goes on there from the Archangel, so it's always wonderful to see who is supporting us on a day-by-day basis and to offer us some affirmations, right? But for the time being, I've already got some cards jumping out here as we look to the week ahead. So I'm going to pull one more card for the end of the week, so it'll be more specifically for the full moon, this last card. But for the week ahead, the themes that we've got Artemis coming in, which is that, you know, like that fire in the arrow, you know, that launching the intention, the desire, and then receiving straight away, because that's how quick the manifestation portal is. You fire the arrow of desire and it comes through straight away. So I love that we've got Hathor following Artemis here. And thank you so and we've got prosperity, look at that, holy, and Lakshmi, blooming heck. I'm not being funny, but like, could you have a more abundant spread from the get-go? And today actually is the last day, so depending on when you're watching this, if you're watching this on the upload date, today is the last day to get to book in to purchase a one-to-one session, Angelic Guidance session, 30 minutes, half an hour, whatever, or a quantum healing, you know, soul realignment session for a reduced price. So do check out the description box below. Today's the last day to purchase those sessions. The sessions won't be booked in straight away. It'll be for another week or 2 weeks, depending on the lead time. We're currently booking into the week after this one, maybe with a couple of spots left on the Friday. So if you are drawn to that, make the most of that straight away, because once those slots are purchased, that's it for that wonderful reduced sacred exchange. But look at this energy coming through here. So we've got we've got Artemis coming in here. So Artemis is off the hunt, right? You know, she very much is about like going to get whatever. And I'm just like, I'm doing this because I'm stretching, like I'm like firing an arrow here of desire, of intention. What is it you want to manifest? Make sure you're manifesting right now, you guys, because this is the biggest manifestation portal that there is. It really, really, really is. You know, and then once we manifest, we just have to receive. We have to keep our vibration high. We talk about this enough, you guys. We talk about this so frequently that, you know, you don't have to keep asking. Right, you ask and then you spend the most of the time receiving, right? It's kind of, humans kind of flip it around the other way. They get it the wrong order. They keep asking like 90% of the time, to keep asking and then only receive 10% of the time. It's actually the complete inverse of that, right? We ask with a high frequency, high vibration. We set the intention out there. We ask our guides to support us. And the energy that is supporting us right now is just so immense. We've got so much forward flow for us. And then what we do is we go, oh yeah, I've asked for that. I'm just going to keep my vibration high. Know that when I'm in a really high, happy state, that I just receive, because that's all there is to do. So you just carry on having a lovely old time, right? Enjoying yourself, and then you start receiving whatever it is you're asking for. It starts to come into fruition. Divine timing can just find its way so much more easier when we're a higher frequency and a higher vibration. Now we do have quiet time coming in here, middle to the end of the week, so I wonder if the energies are going to be a little bit kind of, whoo, you know, it's a bit of reflection coming in here. So, and I'm just reading into this energy a little bit more here. It kind of feels like it's, what I'm actually getting here is actually, it's kind of like, just be careful a little bit as to how we're going to use our words for the end of the week here. You know, whatever we say kind of comes true, right? That's essentially how words work. It's a part of manifesting. But the fact that we've got Lakshmi here completely underlying the whole week, all about your bright future, saying literally everything's going to be fine. You're jumping onto your highest timeline, especially if you're watching this video, right? If you're watching this video, this video attracts people that are ready to go into higher frequency, higher dimension, higher space and time, higher life, right? That's what this video attracts. So if you're watching this, you have Lakshmi with you, honoring you, looking after you. And then we've got this wonderful card of prosperity at the end of the week, because the thing is about the full moon, right? When it's the new moon, we plant the seeds. And then through that space of time, through the following 2 weeks, we then get shown where we're not in alignment. We receive the downloads, the inspiration, so we can take aligned action. Anything that is stopping us achieving that prosperity or the abundance or whatever, anything that stops us, you know, receiving that, any actions we need to change, we get shown in that space of time. So that's kind of where you're at as well here. So we've got double whammy, right? Being in this waxing moon at the start of the week, the waxing gibbous moon, also being at the start of spring, right? So massive for manifesting. And then by the end of the week, holy, you guys, you know, not only are we receiving the fruition of our manifestations midweek, but we're also going to have this massive kind of payout. The word I'm hearing is payout by the full moon. Should we continue to keep our vibration high? I cannot stress this enough. You know, people ask me all the time, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to expand? What do I need to do to grow more into myself? The best thing you can do is just be present. Be present in the now, you know, and allow your mind just to experience, allow your body to experience what you can see, hear, smell, taste, touch, what's around you. Feel all of that. Be really present, connect, love. Keep that vibration really high. When your vibration is high, you receive, right? And when we're receiving, we're also receiving downloads. We're also receiving thought patterns. We're also acting on those. We're also, you know, spending a bit of time in meditation, right? Just allowing ourselves to be mindful, right? And it's funny because the word is mindful, right? Except it's actually the opposite. It's our mind isn't actually full. We allow that flow to go through it, because when we stop, you know, when we stop the flow within our mind, that's when it gets heavy. You just got to let it flow through you, right? So whether that's emotions that need releasing and channeling down, release them, express them, whatever they are. Doesn't matter what they are. Doesn't matter if they're happy or not happy. We got to release the emotions so they don't recycle themselves within yourself. Thought patterns, you got to act on them, otherwise they just start collecting and then it gets clogged up, you know. So you got to let that flow happen, right? So the fact that we've got this quiet time card coming in here is very much about, you know, make sure you're having this space and time to rest, to be in your own space this week as well, especially near the end of the week, and don't react. Okay, I'm actually hearing that very specifically. Do not react to the outside world. The outside world is going to be very prompting, very stimulating this week. Tuesdays are always very stimulating days because it's a Mars day. But I'm hearing Thursday, Friday, something might come up in your outer world, so like your governments and things like that, that may be a little bit kind of, ooh, you know? So don't allow them to distract you. They're wanting a response energetically, obviously not the people specifically, but energetically, the energy that's running through them are wanting a response. They're wanting you to get angry, right? They're looking for an anger response. We're not going to do that, right? We're not going to do that. We are going to stay calm, stay in a space of love, right? And just not get drawn into the rabbit holes, okay? They're being very specific about that right here. But let's have a little look, see here. So we've got this theme for the week. What's going to be challenging us this week? What may be challenging us this week? Thank you. Selenite, so that's spiritual activation. Selenite really expands. Oh, gorgeous. Selenite really expands. That's why I have selenite here on this quartz crystal, because it really expands whatever crystal it touches. It clears auric fields. It's an amazing crystal. It really, really is. Just pull this out. Yep. Yeah. Okay. That's very validating for this card. Okay. Perfect. Right. And dress rehearsal, absolutely. Right, so we've got dress rehearsal underlying the challenges for the week ahead. So dress rehearsal, I mean, that's a type of dream, but the way that it's showing up here in this specific instance is, you know, you've got different paths, different choices, different ways you can go with things. There is always more than one choice. That's what they're saying. There is always more than one choice, right? This is going to be the challenge for the week, is that we may feel backed into a corner with something. We may feel from the outer world that we're backed into a space, and there is this only one choice. And the outer world may try and make it seem like that. There is never just one choice. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, we are in a world that's so expansive. You know, there is always infinite possibilities, right? And the more that we tune into ourselves here, the more that we tune into ourselves and tune into the divine, the more that we realize that. But the fact that we've got selenite coming in here at the start of the week, you know, we've got the spiritual activation. So you're going to be feeling all these light codes coming in. You're going to be feeling the ascension symptoms, you know, kind of like fatigue and tiredness and just knackered. You're going to feel a lot of that, you know, that might come through to you. You might feel really discombobulated emotionally. You might feel really like intense, and then, you know, that's what I'm getting right now. And it's all part and parcel of really allowing you to shed whatever is ready to release and step into your goddess power, right? To step into your sovereignty, right? And I say goddess rather than God because specifically the divine feminine here this week, even though I think spring can be a little bit, or Aries, sorry, can be a little bit masculine in its energy. I mean, spring is a very feminine, you know, to me is a very feminine kind of season, right? Because it's that planting of the seeds and that fertile energy, right? But I mean, it's both, right? You know, it can go both ways, really. But you're going to feel very, very stimulated. So at this point, I am going to say, if you are feeling a little bit off kilter, right? I do still offer the Arcturian and the Pleiadian Ascension symptom tune-ups. They are incredible. They're a remote healing. So when you book it, you in the next 3 or so days, I would facilitate a remote healing to you, and you'll feel it and you'll get an email report. If that calls to you, they are £33. Okay. They were on reduction. That reduction sadly has finished. But for what you get is just, they are phenomenal. They're absolutely phenomenal with re-grounding you and balancing you. They, you know, we work with your spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical bodies and recalibrate you, right? Grounding you in and just clearing whatever you're absorbing, right? Because when we receive, we want to be careful as to how open we are all of the time. Because if you're fully open and you're not kind of, like, normally I have a silver thing around my wrist here because this is my receiving hand. So sometimes if the energies are intense, I put something silver around my wrist to stop energy going past that point. You know, or you can work with crystals, or you can just make sure you're constantly kind of clearing and grounding your energy. Grounding your energy is so important right now, especially with this card coming up in just a moment. But I just want to touch a little bit more on silver here, on the silver card, because what's happening is you're receiving insights, and you will be receiving insight, and you may not fully understand it, right? You may not fully consciously is the word, understand it, but just know that whatever you're feeling is true, right? Whatever you're feeling is true, but we've just got to ground that energy, right? So that so we don't get distracted, so we don't get knocked off course here, because for this to happen, we have to make sure we are grounding and neutralizing and transmuting and alchemizing any energies that are coming in from around that are lower frequencies, right? we're all kind of acting as this like violet flame right now, which can be a little bit intense, right? So you got to carry on grounding. The Mother Earth is so phenomenal at grounding those energies for us. She's just, you know, she literally says, come to me, child, come to me, sit by a tree and allow that tree to draw from you and anchor into the ground so it can neutralize and balance, right? You know, if it stays within you, it sparks out everywhere. We don't want that. We don't need that. We want you to be as high as possible, frequency, vibrationally, and as sovereign as refined, so that there isn't any gaps in your auric field, right? And that's what I'm seeing here as well, right? You know, this beautiful auric field around the wonderful, wonderful goddess here. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, which is why I'm not saying it. I'm not sure if it's Siege or Sige or, I don't know, feels like maybe Sage, I don't know. But the fact that we've got this red card coming in as well, this is the root chakra, and it feels like it's a bit of an imbalance coming in. So there's going to be something coming out at the end of the week with your reflective governing bodies or whatever. That's going to be specifically relating to activating fear in the root chakra, right? So that's going to be fear around survival, right? So life and death, which is kind of, and this isn't to scare you, this is just to be aware of, right? Just to be aware of. So life and death is kind of like, you know, oh my gosh, are we all going to die of something that's got a 99% survival rate? You know, it's kind of that type of thing, right? You know, or financial situations, you know, it's kind of, there's going to be a lot of fear mongering coming in. It's going to be a challenge for us. Do not get drawn into that. Do not get drawn into it. So this is what they're saying here. So whatever is, something's going to come through by the end of the week, which is going to kind of want to trigger a fear response. But actually, the contrast is really good, because with contrast, we then find clarity within ourselves. We then know further what, you know, we know more strongly what is appropriate, what is right for us, what isn't right for us. We start to take back our power. We start to stop needing external validation from someone, you know, and that really is the initiation here. So the emotions may be high by the end of the week, especially because it's a full moon, right? And it's funny because it's full moon in Libra, which is all about diplomacy and things like that, but it feels like there is that imbalance coming in here. So it can go either which way here. So what I mean by that is, like, the people that are watching this video, you are going to be quite receptive to energies, except you are already on the path of anchoring in your light. You're already on the path of practicing discernment, right? So you may find people around you are getting really thrown by the waves and the volatility of whatever is going on in the world, and you're going to be there as that anchor. But be sure to look after yourself in your own time, put those loving boundaries in place so that you can offer more to the world, offer more to yourself, because without filling your own cup, without receiving in that chalice within you from the divine, in that own space and time, if you don't do that, you can't serve anyone else, kids, spouses, friends. You know, you can't help anyone else if we don't look after our own energy first. So that's what's going to be challenging this week, is actually standing in our power, and grounding the energy and not being drawn in down the rabbit hole here. So we are really going to get a choice this week as to whether we walk this path or whether we walk this path, right? Really specific here, okay? So I do hope that makes sense. I'm going to pull some archangels here. Oh, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to do that at the end. I'm going to jump over to this deck of cards, and I'm going to pull some cards of guidance here. So what is the best guidance? What have I not said? What have I not received yet in this reading that would be very important for people to hear and people to know about? Let's have a little look. Thank you so much. 1, awakening. Yes. Council of Light, absolutely. Imrana. And Mirror, absolutely. Beautiful. And Soul Family, I love that. So this is kind of like the guidance road. This is kind of like another level of this here, so that we know how to best work with the energies coming in and why it's all happening, right? What we're meant to gain from it, what we're meant to kind of harness from it. So this week, you know, very noisy motorcycles in the background. This week, and we've got a lot of mirror in here. Look, these two women, this is a Soul Family card, and this is a mirror card, but look, they both have reflections, right? But what's really beautiful here is that the energy coming through here to support us as well, the energy coming through to say, hey, you know, we're here for you, because this is like a supporting role, challenging, supporting, overall themes. You've got your soul family around you, right? You've attracted people in that are on your frequency, or that are on your wavelength, that are in your soul pod, you know, that really get you on a soul level, You know, star seeds specifically here. You know, you don't have to do things alone, right? And you're going to be encouraged not to do things alone. You really are going to be encouraged for that. This is all about awakening. You are awakening and transcended and jumping onto a different level, onto a different timeline, right? You can't do that alone though. This is the week, this is the time right now where you call in the support, where you book in a quantum session, where you book in a guidance session with someone who is there, who you resonate with, who can hold the space for you and help you receive the messages that you're not necessarily receiving, help you piece together, piece together things. You've got the Council of Light coming in here, right? Because this, like, once again, this week is all about integration. You're going to be integrating much energy right now this week. The Council of Light, this is your entourage, this is your team of light, this is your support system. They are all here helping you. Right, we literally have an entourage of non-physical beings that are so ascended and so high in vibrational light and purity. You know, angels, archangels, celestial beings, fae beings, shining ones, you know, unicorns, dragons, you know, spirit guides, animals. You know, you've got all of that in the non-physical as well as physical. So if you're not feeling the support physically, know that you've got it non-physically. You just have to ask, put your hands on your heart, open your heart to them and just ask what you need to know. You know, always set the intention, like you see I do at the start of the calls. Sometimes the recording doesn't catch it, but I always call in all angels, guides, ascended beings of light to protect the space, to bring in messages of divine love, light that have transcended polarity, that's going to be of the best use to really tap into the highest frequency. You just got to do that, right? You don't have to say it as elaborate as that. You can literally just say angels of love and light. That works as well. But what's really interesting is that you're going to be, it's like this week, it feels like you're going to be a little bit melancholy of remembrance of the old golden ages that we've had, right? Different lifetimes. You know, you're going to be kind of feeling a little bit melancholy of the home that you know your soul has had before. But the beauty is that you're going to be able to create that, right? You're going to be able to create that. And mirroring here is really going to help. There's going to be a lot of mirroring happening. And the thing is, the key is here, and this is so important, you guys. I hope you are still here watching this video and you hear this message, because the mirroring that will occur is here to serve you. So if you are having difficulty with another person, whomever that person is, what is it about them? What is it about them that is struggling, that is difficult for you? Okay, what is it about them? Okay, now that exact thing that is troubling you about them, that is annoying you, that is kind of grinding you the wrong way, that's rubbing you the wrong way, find that within yourself. And I've had people that have asked me this, and you know, I've helped them pinpoint what it is that they are feeling about this other person. And then I've gone, okay, where have you felt like that? Where have you acted like that? Where have you got that in your memory bank? And they said, oh no, I don't do that. And I'm like, no, you do. You actually absolutely do, because we only mirror what is within us. People only respond to what is within us, right? So, and sometimes, you know, that's this, and especially if it's a longer kind of pattern, then that's within us somewhere. If it's just a short interaction on the street, you may have picked up energy, it may just be someone else and that, but divine timing and the law of attraction wouldn't have brought them to you without a specific reason, right? Without a specific reason. This is all about the awakening, the ascension. This is all about, are you able to anchor in your light? And even if someone is coming at you in contrast, are you able to stay in your light and not drop to that level, but to help rise them up? Because that's the whole point of this. That's the whole point of what's going to happen this week, is you're going to get that choice. That's the dress rehearsal. Oh my gosh, yeah. When you cough and you're saying a sentence and and they just make you cough, that's the angel saying, absolutely, on point. But that's the dress rehearsal this week. Are you going to let this knock you, or are you going to help people rise to your light, right? By how you respond, by how you love and bless them back, right? That's the whole purpose of not only this week, but, you know, just life in general, right? So I'm going to pull an Archangel card here. Who is the best Archangel, thank you, to come and support us through this week? Archangel Mario, look at that. Manifest for the highest good with pure love, right? And Archangel Faith. So you've got that. This is Archangel Michael's twin flame. This is about having faith. With faith, you are invincible. Believe in yourself. You know, absolutely believe in yourself. She's bringing in that gentleness, that compassion energy of that calm and gentle warrior. That's what she's bringing in here. You know, that flame within yourself. Allow it to glow brightly. No one can put it out. Don't even believe anyone can put it out, because that's just not possible. And just keep returning back to him. We've got Archangel Mario here. This is all about manifesting. When you want to manifest and you've got the highest good of all involved, Like when you have that as part of your intention, you know, and you manifest from pure love, look, it's from the heart space and is connecting up here as well with the higher gateways, then, and look at that, I didn't even realize, but Guardian Angel is on the bottom of the deck. Guardian Angel is showing up a lot right now because they are really helping you. They are here on a day-by-day basis. Don't ignore them, you know? Call them in, welcome them, right? They are here loving you unconditionally, and if you forget how to do that yourself, just ask your Guardian Angel to remind you. Ask them to, ask to feel their presence, you know? But I love this because we have the magenta coming in from Archangel Mario. When we want to manifest something, right, and I just want to put this out there, you know, you may think, or you may wonder whether, okay, I want to manifest X, Y, and Z for me and my family. I want to manifest more flow of abundance, more flow of prosperity for my family so that we can get cleaner food, so that we can, you know, not have to worry about this, that, and the other. Is that for the highest good? Absolutely it is. Because if you have less stress, if you are in more of a flow in your home dynamic, you can stay anchored in love a lot easier, right? Because you're not worrying about things. And that impacts the greater good, right? That impacts the rest of the world as well. And when people see that happening for you, it validates to them that it can happen for them as well. So, you know, there is never a selfish manifestation when it comes to, when it's based in love, right? You know? And, you know, if you're manifesting not from the place of love, right? From misalignment, from fear, right? Like some people in the world are currently trying to do, don't worry about them. Just, you know, just focus on your love, just focus on your light. Archangel Azrael just coming up here as well. We've got to release any previous experiences and memories you've had with manifesting, any worries that you may have. It's just time that they don't serve, like they don't, you know, come in, they're not serving anymore. So Archangel Faith is going to light that torch within you and just walk with you by your side. Feel her presence, feel that compassion, that grace coming in with that powerful, fearless invincibility that she brings to you. You know, and tune into Archangel Mario here, right? Of the Soul Star, right? Mario of the Soul Star chakra, which is all your ancient knowledge, your mastery knowledge. You know how to manifest. And when you're quiet and you tap in and you tune in, you're just going to be doing that naturally anyway. So beautiful souls, this is an incredible week. There is so much potential this week. Really utilize it, really maximize on it. Don't get distracted by the fear. Don't get distracted by the pantomime happening outside of the world. All is well. You focus on you, and then you've got, you know, bright future, prosperity. You got all of that awakening. You got all of that coming through, okay? So I love you all so much. Thank you so much for being here. Do hit the like, subscribe, and I love reading your comments. So do pop one in there if you feel like you wish to share anything. So much love to each and every one of you, and bye for now. Happy manifesting.